This is Radio Nepal. I'm Kaushal Ghimire with the news. The headlines first. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dal Prachanda directs chiefs of security bodies to book culprits involved in loot and vandalism at Gangabu area on Monday. President Bidyadevi Bhandari says more research needed in Ayurvedic medicine and treatment. Microfinance institutions agree to return 1.6 billion rupees service charges to respective customers within a week. And death toll from the Turkey-Syria earthquake crosses 41,000. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dal Prachanda has directed the chiefs of security bodies to carry out investigation into Gangabu incident that occurred on Monday afternoon. In a meeting with the chiefs of security bodies at the office of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers at Singh Durbar yesterday, Prime Minister Dahal asked them to carry out investigation in depth and take action in order to provide justice to those who suffered in the incident. On the occasion, chiefs of Nepal Police, Armed Police Force and National Investigation Department said they failed to estimate the magnitude of the incident on Monday at the new bus park area. Meanwhile, Nepal Police has made 6 persons involved in looting and vandalizing during Monday's incident public. The police said criminal cases have been filed against the arrestees, adding other 10 people were being interrogated. A bill designed to amend some acts related to prevention of money laundering and promotion of business environment has been tabled at the House of the Representatives. Presenting the proposal in yesterday's House meeting, Minister for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs, Durbar Bahadur Pradhan, said the bill was tabled as it was necessary to take action against those involved in financial crime and evading tax. Replying to the concerns of the MPs on the matter, Minister Pradhan said no acts had been made to allow clemency to illegal amassing of properties. He said if someone had earned properties legally and had not been able to show the sources for different reasons, they could pay the tax and legalize the properties. Similarly, the meeting unanimously passed the proposal seeking consideration on bill related to food hygiene and quality, along with the message received from the National Assembly. Minister for Agriculture and Livestock Development, Jwala Kumari Shah, presented the proposal in the meeting. Earlier, speaking during the special hour of the House meeting, lawmakers drew the government's attention to various contemporary issues. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dal Prachanda has pledged to make the National Human Rights Commission institutionally and structurally stronger. During a meeting with the Commission's office bearers at the office of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers in Singh Durbar yesterday, the Prime Minister said he would remain effortful to make the Commission powerful and resourceful. On the occasion, the Commission's office bearers stressed the need of restructuring the National Human Rights Commission in line with the federal structure and formulate required acts and regulations of the NHRC. In reply, the Prime Minister vowed fulfilling the Commission's all demands. President Bidyadevi Bhandari has urged everyone to promote traditional values and practices by imparting education on Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy, and architecture preserved in the Sanskrit language. Inaugurating an Ayurveda teaching building of Nepal Sanskrit University in Dang yesterday, the President advised the university to focus on the production of competent human resources capable of capturing the essence of rare creations written in the Sanskrit language. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. Time for a short break now.
भाउजू दर्शन
भाग्यमानी बाबु राम्ररी आइपुग्नु भयो नि
हजुर राम्ररी पुगे उ चाहिँ मेरो कलेजको बेस्ट फ्रेन्ड
नमस्ते भाउजू
नमस्ते आउनु न भित्रै
हुन्छ भाउजू
अनि दादा त अफिस गइसक्नु भयो होला है
उहाँ त बिहानै हो हुन्छ तपाईहरु फ्रेस हुँदै गर्नु न म खाना तयार गर्दै गर्छु है
हस् हस् भाउजू
ओए वाइफाई होला नि पासवर्ड माग्न
हे त पनि एनटीसी को सस्तो डे प्याक छदैछ नि
ए हो र
एनटीसी को डे प्याक लिन *1415# डायल गर्न
Nepal Telecom, राष्ट्रको संचार.
You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. On to more news now. Microfinance institutions have agreed to return 1.6 billion rupees to concerned customers within a week that were collected under the heading of service charge. The microfinance institutions also decided not to charge more than 1.5% annual service fee from the service seekers. The agreement was reached during a meeting held at the Finance Ministry at the presence of Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Vishnu Prasad Paudel and other stakeholders. On the occasion, Finance Minister Paudel directed Nepal Rashtra Bank to submit a report after a study to address the problems faced by the microfinance institutions. The Ambassador of Australia to Nepal, Felicity Voke, paid a courtesy call on Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Energy, Water Resources and Irrigation, Rajendra Lingden, yesterday. During Deputy Prime Minister Lingden's secretariat said during a meeting held at Energy Ministry, they discussed the matters of bilateral interest. The work schedule for the Chitwan Constituency No. 2 by-election has been unveiled, making the work schedule of the 23rd April by-election public yesterday. The Election Commission has set 3rd April as nomination day, 4th April for filing complaints against the nominees, 5th April as the day to publish the candidate's name after investigation. Final name list will be published on the 6th of April and election symbols will be provided to the candidates on the same day. Information Officer of the Election Commission Central Office, Ambar Bahadur Purja, said the Commission had circulated the subordinated offices to update the voters' list prior to the election program schedule. Germany has provided 345,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccine in the first phase under the COVAX facility to Nepal. The German ambassador to Nepal, Dr. Thomas Frenz, on Wednesday handed over the vaccines to Minister for Health and Population, Padam Giri. The government of Germany has committed to providing 1.5 billion doses of vaccines in different phases. Nepal received 345,000 doses of Pfizer bivalent vaccines for booster doses. Receiving the vaccines, Minister Giri said the vaccines would be administered to the target group and senior citizens. He also lauded the support of the German government in the post-earthquake relief and recovery in Nepal. Similarly, Ambassador Dr. Frenz said the government of Germany would continue its support in the coming days. He expressed the hope that the vaccine provided by the German government would be properly utilized. Nepali Congress leader and House of Representatives member Chandra Bhandari and his mother have sustained burn injuries after a cooking gas cylinder exploded at his residence in Buddhanagar. They were immediately rushed to the hospital following the incident yesterday night. Both Bhandari and his mother are receiving treatment at the Kirtipur Burn Hospital. Chandra Bhandari has sustained 25% burns, while his mother is said to be in a critical condition. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. Now on to some international news updates. The death toll from the Turkey-Syria earthquakes has crossed 41,000. An Al Jazeera report quotes Turkish authorities that 35,418 people have been killed in Turkey. More than 5,800 quake-related deaths have been reported in Syria as well. Turkish authorities say more than 50,000 buildings have either collapsed or have got heavily damaged following the earthquakes that first struck last week. In a report, the country's Ministry of Urban Planning said all at-risk buildings needed to be demolished urgently. Authorities have so far inspected more than 387,000 buildings across the 10 quake-hit southeastern provinces. Now, the general weather forecast for the country for today, according to the Meteorological Forecasting Division, the weather will be partly cloudy in the hilly areas of Province Number 1 and Gandaki Province, and mainly fair in the rest of the country. With this, we have almost come to the end of this news bulletin, but before wrapping up, let's have a reminder of the headlines once again. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dal Prachanda directs chiefs of security bodies to book culprits involved in loot and vandalism at Gangabu area on Monday. President Bidyadevi Bhandari says more research needed in Ayurvedic medicine and treatment. Microfinance institutions agreed to return 1.6 billion rupee service charges to respective customers within a week. And death toll from the Turkey-Syria earthquakes crosses 41,000. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin. Our next bulletin in English will be at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website, www.onlineradionepal.gov.np. Keep listening to Radio Nepal and have a good day.